Well, hopefully it's picking up the sound. Um, well, welcome to the Suicide Monk, and my name is Britton. Still getting ready for the Camino. This is kind of the beginning of it. This will be kind of the content that I believe, will be coming from me, and it's about my struggles. So, and the things that I am going to put to rest, and really working through that, and being the observer of my life during this journey, and along with building my faith, because it's so difficult for me to understand this world without faith, uh, and I absorb a lot, and I feel a lot, and well, obviously from my channel, but new cup, it's a beauty. It's got all the goodies on it. Um, but this morning I was in a major struggle, and there's been several mornings over the last month that I get. It's like I don't even get out of bed, and frustration is smacking me right in the face, and it makes me more frustrated. It makes me angry. It doesn't send me into a rage, but I'm just like so sick of it. And so this morning it just happened, and there's these things that account for it. I have pain, I have medical issues, I have the weight that I carry with my own struggle, and then hearing stories and how I absorb that, and then speaking into people's lives and how I do that, and then that. So there's a lot of, and then uncertainty. Like I live in uncertainty all the time. So there's these natural weights, and the financial. Oh my gosh, financial weights. Oof, yucky. But it's I know all this, so that's a management issue. It's not really, um, these things are happening to me. It's This is the life that I live, and I just need to manage that weight. So, but it still affects me, and I still have to manage that, and it still gets the best of me sometimes, and I lose sleep sometimes, and not often. But so I'm like, okay, but why am I frustrated? And the easy answer is that when I get frustrated, I'm not getting what I want. I mean, that's the basic, easy answer, I think. Um, it seems simple to me. I think there's something underlying in that. And it's like this frustration is trying to get out of me. And it's much like the rage that was in me before I did the psilocybin treatment, which we are about a month away from a year on that. And what an amazing journey that it's been so far. I've documented a lot of it. I have not posted a lot of it. Lots of emotion in this last year, but a lot of really great navigation. And that's what this is about today. And that's what this journey is about, is learning to step back away from my life, this, and really listen to that inner self that is always trying to guide me in the right direction. This body, this mind, it's always trying to take me on a different ride. My spirit is always trying to lead me in the direction of, really, I would say, my purpose and what I'm meant to do and be in so many different ways. And, my sense of humor is coming back. I'm having a good old time by myself, and I'm meeting people and having a really good time with them as well. And but what I'm learning about, like today, I wrote the question down. What the question is, I was able to step back. I mean, I'm just frustrated this morning. I can't get anything right. Every morning I either spill my coffee or knock something over or make a mess or stub my toe. This morning I hit my infected elbow. I don't know if it's infected. It could be just water buildup in my elbow. I might have hit it somewhere. I did go, I don't know if I said this in my last video, but I did go to the ER because I thought I was having heart problems. It turns out I'm healthy, and my lungs were just inflamed because I have COPD. COPD, diabetes, blind, knees, it's all the good stuff. So, but the body, I hit my elbow the first thing this morning, and it just, oh my gosh, like even a little tap on it is just so excruciatingly painful. And you might be wondering, why am I going on the Camino with a bum arm? And it's because I have to go. If I don't go, I won't go. And if I don't go now, I won't go. Um, I, in December or January when this kind of started, I put my head in the sand and did about a year's worth of work in 3 months and built an umbrella of my future, really. That will be put on hold for the next couple months, but the foundation is there and the building blocks are in place, which is unbelievable. I can't believe. I'm really, really proud of myself, actually. I've not been very proud of myself in my life, if if, if ever. Um, and I'm really proud of what I've accomplished in a short amount of time, and still making time for myself, still figuring out how to train, take care of myself, cook for myself, do the exercise, do my routines, um, and all this it's been such a beautiful adventure and ride. Very, very difficult at times, very difficult. Today's been a very difficult start. Um, but, and that's the thing, being able to step back from the story that is being acted out of my body and say, what's really going on? What, why? Start asking myself the right questions. And I was having this conversation. I'm a derailer, so I'm going to jump back and forth. But I was having this. It coincides, but I was having this conversation with a friend of mine last night who's taken me under her wing. She's a sports psychologist, and she's my friend, and has taken me because I was interested in doing coaching and stuff like that. And she's highly educated, just an incredible person. And she has helped me for almost a year now since my journey at the ranch. And last night we were talking, and she's like, do you tell other people these kinds of things, and do you share the stuff that you're sharing? I was like, no, I can't. And she said, why? I was like, because people try to fix me. And I was like, you never try to fix me. I was like, you always just ask me questions to ask myself. And I was like, I've I've been through, and I won't degrade uh, my one counselor because she was awesome, and I've said that before, and I've said that in my podcast. She was fantastic, and in the time of my life where I was at, she tremendously brought me out of a dark place and allowed me to have 7 years of peace. Um, well, not peace, but joy and happiness. I didn't understand peace at that time. I was living in 75% um, good, 25% bad. That bad was not good. Um, but anyway, my friend, and I'll call her my counselor, and my confidant, she just asked me questions. Why do you feel this way, Britton? Why do you think that's your answer to that? Why? So I end up answering my own questions. And generally what I found is, and I don't do this well, I think, this is something I'm learning is, it's different than a podcast of learning about somebody's story and then coaching somebody and finding out who they are and what they want, and their desires. It's a different mindset, and the only way to find that out is to ask the right questions. And it helps to have somebody ask those questions because we oftentimes are so, um, what would be the word? Shrouded, not blinded. Um, our veil, our lens is foggy, and sometimes we just need to have somebody help us move in a different direction, to be able to hear us and well enough to ask us the right questions so we can answer our own problem. And that's where I found, that's where stepping back is one of those big things. And that's what I've been able to do today. So the easy answer is I'm not getting what I want. The hard truth, I'm not sure yet. That's kind of the beauty. And that's why I'm going to walk, to understand these things about myself. But not only that, but to give back. What I'm learning about these very, very difficult things in life that have haunted me. Hi, baby. Yeah, you get them. Eastwood, you leave her alone. She's going to beat the crap out of you. Ow, shit. And I just hit my elbow again. Come on, bud. Go ahead. So, my apologies. The cats are not like dogs. Cats are very needy. They want what they want when they want it, right now. So, I don't have the patience and kindness and love of a dog that I am aware of. Although that one does snuggle with me in the morning, but she won't let me pick her up. She won't sit on my lap at night, so she just wants what she wants. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so that's what there's a shift when I'm going into, especially looking at, being a coach and guiding people and teaching people, and also being a student. And I think that's one of the most important things, and that's what I love about my friend. She's a student of her trade, and my one counselor was also a student of her trade, and that is a profound way, because you're able to walk with people in that. And oftentimes people ask me, "Well, do you want to be understood?" And I'm like, "No, no, I do not want to be understood. If you understand me, you're in torment, and I don't want you to be in torment." And that's the thing. Like, I want to walk people away from that. And I think I know there are people out there that have the ability to have a certain amount of understanding and walk to the depths of the darkness and bring people out of it without having to know the torment of suicide, and that thing that beckons us. So I've recently talked to a man. I'm going to be posting his story. Profoundly affected. I don't think I can talk about it, but it profoundly affected me. And thank God I talked to him. My goodness. Everybody who has this ideology should understand the massive hole that ending your life by your own hand, the effect it has on people. And I've had friends take their life, but I can't even imagine. And I'm profoundly affected by this man's story and his family and what they've endured. And then the young man that they lost in the process. So moving on from that for the moment, because that's not what I was meaning to do here today. And haven't really, that's been a tough one to process for me. And those are one of the things, like I'm holding part of that, but for a reason. It's not something I want to allow to just pass through me. I want to fully understand the depths of possibility in that emotion. And I don't think that's a torture for myself. I think it's an understanding for the thing that haunts me. And if I'm honest with myself, I'm surrounded by people that love me. If I go monocular and I can disprove myself every single time. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares. Nobody blah 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 blah. Schmackety schmackety schmackety. But my brain. If I look close, there's evidence. There's the same type of evidence to support people loving me that there is. Oh, actually, there's not a lot of. The lie is that people don't. And even if it's one or two, that's a lot more than I thought I had when I'm thinking I don't have anybody. So, does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. When I'm thinking I got zero and I got one or two, that's a positive. So, but that's where I'm kind of at. Starting this journey is trying to figure out why I get so frustrated and why it has such a profound effect and response for me. Because that's not who I want to be anymore. Actually, that's why I'm going. I'm not gonna be this anymore. I'm gonna put this mind to rest and really lean into and this is where my faith comes in, because I figured out recently, and this has been part of it, through this frustration, through this anger, and I've heard some down talk to this kind of association or comparison, is what I should say. And that is, I was listening to a story, and it was about Christ, and I'm going to share this with you, like it or not. You don't have to listen to it. It was about Christ, and he went to dinner at Simon's house, which I believe Simon was eventually called Peter. I don't know if it was the same one, but the Simon had a servant, and I believe she was maybe a sex worker, is what we can call it now, or a sex worker, whatever they don't ban you for on. Oh my God. Ugh. Anyway, I think she recognized Jesus and started weeping. And then her tears covered his feet. She wiped his feet with her hair and then anointed his feet with oil. And he had his back turned to Simon, I think. And Simon was like, why let her do that? And he's like, well, you haven't even greeted me. You didn't hug me. You didn't properly. She has, ever since I walked in the door, anointed me. And so I see myself chasing that and wanting to be that. And at times very, very good at surrendering my life and my hardships and my joys and all of it to the feet of my belief system. And then there's a story, they jump to a story, I was listening to this audio, and they jump to a story of where Jesus was turned over to be to like Pilate or whatever, and flogged, and it said it was something like, and the Roman soldiers mocked and accused him. And I realized in this moment, and I don't know how the wording, I think I lost the rest of the story, because it dawned on me in that moment that I'm the accuser. I accuse God, I accuse Jesus with my anger, with my rage. Every single time I hold them accountable for the things that have been bestowed upon me. And so I'm accusing something that's innocent. And oftentimes we see, well, if he's a creator, then he's responsible. And that's not free will. That's not, free will is making the creation and giving an opportunity to accept or reject an invitation. And I realized in that moment that I'm both. And in the duality of that, and the hardship for me is that I don't want to be the soldier anymore. I don't want to be the Roman. I don't want to be the guy that gets so mad and sees a lineage that's so damaged and broken that I haven't been able to enjoy life. And the reality is today is today. And my past, almost Eastwood almost got a bird. Although I love birds, they're pretty damn. Cats are fun to watch doing that. Good job, bird. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. So, yeah, dang it. I guess that's what happens. It's still morning. Plus, I get distracted easily. But the accuser. I want to consistently, and that's where I think I will put all this to rest, and I will find a new life, and I will let God show me, I will let God show me a new life, and I'm already started that. I'm already started that journey. I've already started that journey of allowing that and realizing that I have. There's this message I got not long ago, and it was like, I'm going to send you healers. And I start looking, and I've already had one for at least a year, and I've had some in my past, but really I'm surrounded by them now. And it so happens that they're all women, they're all females. And it's incredible. They've all been, not all of them are mothers, but they're all that figure in a way for me. And it's so, to see that picture in my life, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, we oftentimes look that I didn't have this, or I didn't have my family, but I actually have people that love me and see me for my potential, and believe in that potential and encourage that potential, and don't see, even though they see the some of the negative, and I give some of that negative. I guess they're not all women. I'm sorry. There's a couple Brosephuses in there. So I'm actually quite surprised at how many people I'm surrounded by, and I'm actually in solitude in the middle of nowhere. A beautiful middle of nowhere, by mind you. But I just realized that the other day. So my spirit's shifting, and it's starting to understand, and I think it's starting to believe that I'm worth it. And not my spirit, my body. My spirit's already there. Like if but that is the essence of who I believe I am, and that is starting to come through and starting to be more predominant. And it's quite exciting to see this unfold in me. And it's not that I don't have bad days or really hard days. I do. I've had some incredibly hard days, but I'm still here, and I'm putting that old narrative to rest. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for being with me this morning. This is the beginning of a fantastic and beautiful journey, no matter where it takes me. And it's a road unwritten, but I have a lot of vision, a lot of forward vision in it. And I don't know if that makes sense, but I've never had forward vision. Never had much. I think that comes with hope, purpose, belief, and then knowing certain things, that I'm capable, that I know I can do this, that I know that this is my path and my journey and my purpose, and then resting in the faith in that, in all of it. And that's what I intend to do, and that's what I think the hardship is trying to teach me, is learn how to rest in your faith, Britain, and I'll show you great things. Fortunately, I have a lot of people that believe that about me and believe in me. So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you on the good side. Peace.